strange disasters began to beset food processors all over the United States. In April, the next month, the headquarters of one of this country's largest organic food distributors was destroyed in a fire, cause unknown. The next month, in a single week actually, 2 separate private plane crashes took out 2 separate food processing centers. One plane hit a General Mills plant in Georgia, the other plane hit a food plant in Idaho. By the way, back in February, a boiler explosion obliterated a potato processing plant in Oregon, and so on. So even people who aren't given to connecting the dots, who don't think of themselves as conspiracy nuts, began to wonder, is there something here? But no one could tell. The Biden administration had no answers and no way to get to the answers because they had no data.
This is Ultra Easy.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, today we're going to talk about what's going on with all the egg shortages and the prices going up and all that. I mean, there's actually quite a bit to this story. Goes back a few years. Started paying attention to it last summer, and of course, everyone was saying it was a conspiracy theory because nowadays, if you ask any questions or if you sort of think outside the box, you're automatically a conspiracy theorist. When those conspiracies do end up coming true a year or so later, 6 months, however long, those people are quiet, and they never apologize for being wrong or for not at least being a little skeptical of what's going on, just blindly following the narrative. I've been accused of that, a lot of just kind of putting the pieces together. Nothing wrong with that, guys. I tell you guys, I encourage you guys to ask questions. But the latest, I guess issue is the chicken prices. Yeah, there's lots of other stuff going on. With the recession going on and the inflation and all this other stuff, we could be heading towards a depression. It seems like a lot of things are happening on purpose. If you just look at the numbers, again, going back to few years, there's been two, and I will link a lot of these, like the list of these down below. I can't name them all. I'll post a screenshot of some, but I couldn't fit them on the screen for you guys to read them, so we'll post a link. But starting 3 years ago, people started noticing a lot of food processing plants burning down, getting destroyed one way or the other. Over 200 of them in the last 3 years. Now, anyone could say, oh, well, that happens all the time. That happens all the time. You just never paid attention, kind of like other things going on in the world right now. But honestly, I'm pretty sure people would have receipts for something like that. They would say, because they never do. They always go, oh, that just happens all the time. You just aren't paying attention. 200 plus food processing plants burning down and getting destroyed one way or the other in the last 3 years is pretty significant, I would think. And I didn't even know it went back 3 years. I was only paying attention to a year and a half because I believe the number then was like 97. 97 food processing plants either burned down, got destroyed, and that was from June 2020, I believe. June of 2022. I want to say is when that story was reported. So going back a year before that. So again, all that to say is that these numbers are really, really high. Something is going on. There's like meat processing plants, pork, and now the latest one is there was 2, I believe, incidents. One was a chicken processing plant that burned down, and then there was a truck that got turned over. And I know here in Texas for sure, maybe last summer there was the whole truck of eggs got spilled over. And again, there was probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of eggs on that truck. Again, I don't know how many fit on there, but right now everyone's saying it's the bird flu. My friends on the left are just blaming the bird flu. That's what the fake news is telling them. Hey, here's the story, just follow along with it. But other people are out there asking questions. They don't know what's going on. There's even farmers out there that are asking questions saying they think it might be the chicken feed.
So there is a debate online right now of whether or not chicken feed and what brand you're feeding your chickens is causing them to not lay as well. But somewhere between summer and fall of last year, the feed quit absorbing the water. It would sit 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and a lot of it would still be in pellet form. And I'm speaking specifically about Producer Pride pellets from Tractor Supply. So I quit adding water because it was pointless, and I would give the pellets dry to my chickens, and there would be times where they would let it sit for days and not touch it. The temperatures outside had dropped, they were molting, the feed wasn't doing what I wanted it to, so I changed the one thing I had control over, and I started buying feed from a local feed store. The difference is noticeable immediately. As soon as you open the bag, because it smelled so much better. I don't know what happened to Producer's Pride at some point. It doesn't have a smell anymore. The one from the local feed store smells great, looks great, has a better color to it, and my birds love it. So yeah, if your chickens have stopped laying, what do you have to lose? Even if you spend a little bit more money on the feed that you would have to buy to replace the feed you're currently using, I'd say it's worth it if you start getting eggs again, especially right now.
But all these different things are sort of adding up to one big question. Why? Why is this happening? We do know that there is egg shortages. Again, they're blaming the avian flu. But there's healthy and live chickens that aren't laying eggs anymore. And then you have, again, this news article that I think I actually even posted it on the community post a while back. But now these scientists are saying that eggs are causing blood clots. So now they're putting a narrative out there for people to start reading. One, I think it's the whole blood clot thing. That's because I think they're trying to sway away from people, thinking it's a jab giving blood clots, strokes, and heart attacks. Because, like I did a video of that. There was 12, 15, 16 reasons I gave. Crazy reasons why people are dying suddenly or whatever, having heart attacks, blood clots, and strokes. But that was one of them recently that said that, too many eggs are causing blood clots. And so that's just another thing. It's just another piece of the puzzle that's really adding up here, that isn't adding up, and it's starting to connect the dots a little bit when you start kind of putting all the pieces together. Like food processing plants going down, over the last 3 years, you have the prices of eggs are going up. The chicken plant just recently burned down. I think it was on the 30th, so just a couple of days ago, 2 days ago actually, something like that. But yeah, I just don't really get what's going on. But the farmers who are very educated on this subject are thinking that maybe the feed got spiked or something. Again, yeah, this is sort of teetering on tinfoil hat stuff. I get it, guys. I want to encourage people to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with trying to figure out what's going on because, hey, you never know. There could be something going on. I want to say that Tucker said that this goes back even further to the Biden administration and how he made a statement on camera that he would vow to create food shortages. I can't remember the exact quote.
Last spring in March at a press conference in Brussels, Joe Biden explained that the sanctions he was imposing against Russia, while morally necessary, were also going to cause food shortages around the world, including here in the United States. It's going to be real, he said. Now, Biden said this in a very odd way. There was no hint or panic, emotions you'd expect from a leader predicting the deaths of human beings from starvation. None of that. Instead, there was pure nonchalant casualness. Biden could have been describing the weather or a trip to the dry cleaners. It's going to be real. Then, Biden continued, recounting a conversation he'd had with European allies. He told us all about it. When he met with the group, Biden said, they spoke about, quote, how we could increase and disseminate more rapidly food shortages. That's what Joe Biden said, verbatim. It's on tape. So here you have the President of the United States pledging to increase food shortages at a press conference. Now, that seemed like a newsworthy event, but not a single news organization in this country seemed to notice it happened, nor did the White House correct it.
But he was on record saying something about there's going to be food shortages coming and stuff like that, almost like it's happening on purpose. Some people are out there saying that the Biden administration is tanking the economy on purpose because they want to move into a new sort of economy system. The whole Great Reset thing, again, that's a whole nother video to make. I don't really want to go down that hole today. But if all that is true, then I guess this sort of makes sense. Because think about how the inflation, the recession, everything, possible depression coming up, the gas prices going up, food prices going up, people are losing their jobs left and right. Just everything is going up. The dollar store, the Dollar Tree, they went up $1.25. Everything has gone up since Biden got into office. So this makes sense. If that's true, you know what I'm saying? If they're trying to tank the economy on purpose, then this makes total sense. You destroy the food processing plants. You make the prices of everything go up. You destroy the U.S. dollar. I mean, again, we're going sort of on a different road here, so I don't want to get too much into that because I'm not a huge financial person. I'm just sort of kind of trying to put the pieces together. There's a lot of coincidences going on with people saying it's the avian flu. And people are just buying that narrative and not really asking any questions. But then you got the farmers going, well, wait a minute, it could be the feed. Again, are they spiking the feed? I don't know. Are these food processing plants, are they trying to lead to food shortages on purpose? Do you guys remember the baby food shortages that happened? That might be unrelated, I guess, to the food processing plants, but I know that there was like a baby formula shortage last year, and the Biden administration was really sitting on their hands, not doing anything about it. Apparently, they cleared up the issue after a month or two, but they waited an extra 4 to 6 months or something like that to finally go, oh, okay, we can start, making making baby formula again. And in the meanwhile, they're sending baby formula to Ukraine and to the southern border to give away to illegal immigrants. So again, see, that just seems very fishy. It's almost like the Biden administration is doing it on purpose just to piss the people off, right? Just to cause division, just to cause anger amongst the Americans. But again, all that stuff, again, it's all just speculation at this point, guys. But what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that there's any truth behind these food processing plants burning down? I mean, 200 plus food processing plants since 2019. I believe it was 97 in the last year and a half, something like that. I mean, that's just a lot. Again, hey, you guys, maybe this happens every single year. I just haven't been paying attention like people were telling me, right? They're calling me crazy, saying, hey, there's 200. I mean, they had 2 planes, right? 2 planes fly into a food processing plant, different cities. But what are the odds that a plane flies into a food processing plant, 2 different cities, all in the same year? Like, who are the people that were manning these planes? Was it an accident? Were they drones, or did the pilots pass away? Did they give up their life for? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's a lot. Now, it's a little bit harder to believe that someone would give up their life to fly into a food processing plant just to screw over the American public for some money or whatever, out of some food shortages or whatever. But who knows how that even happened, right? Maybe it was some sort of a remote control plant. I have no idea, guys. Again, now I'm starting to sound a little bit out there, so I don't want to go too far down any rabbit holes here, guys. But just a lot of questions to ask, a lot of questions, and all these incidences are just affecting us. They're affecting our pocketbooks. We're having to pay more for eggs. Luckily, I don't eat too many eggs, but I know that there's a lot of people out there who do depend a lot on eggs. And the farmers, they need the eggs for money. Some people need just the eggs for protein, and it's a good source of protein. I do know that the globalists out there, you got Bill Gates and all these people out there saying that they want us to eat bugs. They're trying to normalize eating bugs. Who knows? Maybe that's why they're doing it too. They don't want us to eat meat and produce, and they don't want us to eat chicken, chicken, I guess, but they don't want us to eat eggs or anything like that. They want us to eat all the scum of the earth. And as long as there's patriots around, I don't think it's going to happen. But guys, just keep asking questions. This is more of a questioning sort of video, just to, hey, what's going on, just to bring awareness to the situation, guys. I'll link any of the articles below, that way you guys can watch them yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. But it is a little fishy, this stuff going on right there all at the same time, all during the Biden administration. Just seems a little fishy. We'll see what's going on with all this stuff. Time will tell, and hopefully in a couple of years we'll get him out of there, and we'll start fresh. Hopefully Trump will be back in office, and we'll fix this country the way it should be, guys. But what are your thoughts on this subject? Let me know your comments down in the comments below. Am I crazy, or do you think there's any truth to what these farmers and to what Tucker and all these other people on TV and online are saying? Or maybe I'm just crazy, right, guys? It could just be all super coincidence. But thanks again to all my new subscribers. Thanks for liking the videos and help sharing the algorithm, and for turning on those notifications. That way, when I upload the new videos, you guys will be the first ones to find out. You guys follow me on Twitter, Ultra Izzy. And as I always say, stay fearless and stay free. I'll see you guys on the next one.